Bonjour mes amis! Today we're going to be working on I1 S4 script. So here is my assignment, here are my directions. I'm going to start by opening my script document by going to my Google Drive, finding my folder, which should be my name, my country, projet, Katie Leonard, France, projet. Got it. Opening up my script document, which I have already started. So I'm going to go to the end of this document to continue. So I've started, Bonjour, je m'appelle Katie Leonard, bienvenue en France. So you should already have that, your greeting, your name, and a welcome to your country. So of course, you shouldn't have Katie Leonard, you should have your own name, and you shouldn't have France, you should have your own country, but everything else you can take directly from mine. Next I have France a des villes, des rivières et des plages. France has cities, rivers, and beaches. Guys, take a second to make sure that you do have this des in front of your plural nouns. In French, you do have to include des, des, in front of most plural nouns. It's just a quirky thing about the French language, one of the many. Alright, so now I'm ready to do my assignment for today, which is, please add at least 3 notable locations. And then this is my example that I'm doing right now to help you. Okay, so 3 notable locations in France. I'm going to start by taking a look at our vocabulary list. So I can always find the vocabulary list at the top of the page. I'm going to week 3 because week 3 has those locations. Alright, like the cafe. I don't think a cafe is necessarily super notable unless there's like a really famous cafe in France. There might be. I'm gonna find out when I do my research. Maison, house, shopping mall. I do think there is some famous, like France is famous for shopping, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. École. There might be famous schools in France. I'm going to keep that in mind while I'm doing my research. Boulangerie. There are a lot of bakeries in France. Again, I'm not sure if there's any that are particularly notable. Keep that in mind. Hôpital. I don't think there's famous hospitals in France. Supermarché. Not really notable to have a supermarket. Restaurant. There might be famous restaurants in France. Théâtre, theater, this one I'm going to keep in mind because I do think there are some famous theaters in France. Église, church, I do think there's definitely the Notre Dame, the really famous church. There might be others. And the musée, definitely a lot of museums in France. So I think I'm going to focus on probably theaters, churches, and museums. However, you don't need to stick to just these vocabulary words if you have notable locations in your country that do not fit into any word on this list. Totally fine. And we're probably going to have to use Google Translate to supplement either way, just because I think I want to get a little bit more fancy with my script for this assignment. So I'm going to start off by saying France. I want to say France has many notable locations. So I am going to go to Google Translate. I already have France off. France has, because I know that. We learned that last week. I'm going to go to Google Translate. Make sure I'm going from English to French. France has many exciting locations Including. Okay. I'm going to copy this, paste it into my scripts. Oh, I already started with French. I'm going to make sure the formatting matches the rest. Okay. La France compte. Oh, I'm gonna make sure this is parallel with my previous sentences. So something with Google Translate, sometimes it does like funny things. So if you already know that France has its France then don't just copy and paste it and leave it in this way that is not parallel to the way you've been writing and the way that you've learned in class. So France a de nombreux endroits passionnants, notamment including, and now I'm going to use my vocabulary list. Remember to put des musées, and I do want the accent. I'm going to copy and paste all of these words because they all have accent. Des musées, des théâtres, remember ET means and. Des églises. Alright, I'm going to make sure all of my nouns have an S at the end because there's multiple. Once again, I'm going to make sure my formatting is consistent by clicking on this T with a slash through it. Alright, France a de nombreux endroits passionnants, notamment des musées, des théâtres, et des églises. France has many exciting locations, including museums, theaters, and churches. Okay, and if I want to check just to make sure this is correct, I can pop it back through Google Translate the other way, so it's French to English. France has many exciting places, including museums, theaters, and churches. Yes, I got it. All right. Now I am good to go. So to submit this assignment, I'm going to click on share. Once again, I am going to make sure that anyone in this group with the link can view. I'm going to make sure it does not say restricted. I'm going to copy the link. And I'm going to submit it here. Paste, submit. All right, and we are done.